Ni hao, and welcome to week 12 wrap up. So, today, what I wanted to do was something different. I rented this random library book in Mandarin Chinese, and I just wanted to kind of read through it. I've gone through the first page, but I haven't gone through the rest, so I'm curious to see how much of it I can do with what I've learned so far. Learn Mandarin Chinese words. So I will say that foreign language books in our local library is a little sad. I used to live in Kalamazoo, and I really loved the library over there. There was just a lot of Spanish book variety, especially a Spanish section because yo hablo español también. And I think there was just a lot of other language books too. So it does do a good job here of explaining a little bit of the sounds for some of them, like how C doesn't make a C sound. It makes like a T, ts, T, to, to. But one thing I did notice from reading just this first page of the book is that even though it talks about the tones, ma, 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 it talks about the tones and it talks about how the tones are different. It doesn't really give you a good example of what that sounds like. And I think that's one of the super important parts about Duolingo and just any language learning is that it needs to have an audio component. It needs to have a CD because some people don't know how to read the phonetic way of, especially me, because I was actually in Ecuador living there during my kinder and first grade year, which I think is when they covered how the, E with the line is the long E. It's just not very clear. What does a flat tone mean? Like not everyone would be able to know that. So I think definitely an audio component will help people hear what it means. Here it says, 你住在哪里？我住在一个公寓里。我住在一个房子里。And there's just a lot of words that I don't know yet. But again, the Duolingo is really adding a lot of bass for me to be able to now, 客厅, living room. Living room was not a word that I had learned before in Duolingo. But now because I know what the pinyin means, the phonetic sounds, I can read them. When I get to Duolingo, I'll know if I'm saying it right. So, 早晨, 上午, in the morning. 早上好, 7点了. 早上好, 7点了. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock. 我很精致. I feel awake. Or you could say, 我很累. 我很累. I feel tired. 我很高兴. 我很高兴. I feel happy. 我很难受. 我很难受. And then again, just a lot of words for specific things, which I want to read the dialogue parts. That's what I want to know if I'm understanding and reading the characters. So I'm definitely trying to read the characters, but on the bottom it does have the pinyin. 你叫什么名字？我喜欢数学。I like math. That's not your name. So where's the response? 我的名字是 and then it's blank, so you can put your own name. 美丽。我的名字是美丽。请帮助我。我可以No. 我可以去洗手间吗？我可以去洗手间吗？在公园让我们去晚班吧。No ban, no N. 让我们去晚吧。 对不起，在城里，在店里，在店里。你好，我想买一根香蕉。我想买一个香蕉。我想买一根。你好，我想买一根香蕉。一个苹果多少钱？一个苹果多少钱？亲，谢谢你。我的生日聚会。我的生日聚会。This is my birthday. So funny, my birthday is actually coming up this coming week, so maybe I'll learn some words here. And it's it's my birthday, but it's really talking about family members, the names of different family members. 我6岁，我6岁。我 I am going to be so 我35岁。That's how old I'm going to be this week. 我35岁。生日快乐。我爱你。我爱你。我可以帮你。昨天是星期四。But today actually is, oh well, that's yesterday. 昨天是星期日。星期日。今天是星期五。That's what it says on the book. But 今天是星期一。The months 1月、2月、3月、4月、5月、6月、7月、8月、9月、10月、11月、12月. So those are the days of the month. All right. So it's kind of funny. Like I said, I hadn't gone through this book, so I didn't know everything that it was going to cover. And it's definitely got, a lot of other vocabulary that I've never seen yet in Duolingo, like pond, 池塘, playground, slide, all these other words that little kids would probably want to know. But one thing I'm surprised about is that it doesn't have colors. I still haven't learned the colors on Duolingo, and I really thought that I was going to learn the colors today. No colors yet. And that was the book. So I was definitely reading the pinyin in some of the characters that I just didn't recognize. And again, the pinyin is the like phonetic sound with whether it's a first tone, ah, or rising tone, ah, or third tone, ah, or down tone, ah. So I feel like I was saying them pretty correctly, but definitely the good thing about Duolingo is having them say the words and then you can mimic them. So that's week 12 wrap up, and I'll show you some stats and talk about the crowns. I got 7 crowns this week. And you can see here where I got them. In the market area, I went from 2 to 3. Dining 1, I went from 1 to 2. Health 1. Transport, shopping, languages, all those areas I went from, you can see they're blue to green, which means from the first crown to the second crown. And then I hit some milestones this week, like I reached 200-day streak and I learned 750 words on Duolingo. And then here is my weekly wrap up. the 7 days straight, the amount of XP I got, and then how many hours I spent on Duolingo, 4 hours and 15 minutes. And then, like I said, I reached 750 words learned. So I learned 30 new words this week. I reviewed 405 phrases and I finished 32 lessons. So it was a busy week with, like I said, I got 7 crowns and lots of learning. Zai jian. New videos every 星期一, Monday.